When I first started, I was weak. I wasn't special. I wasn't destined for greatness. I was just another hunter, barely scraping by in a world that didn't care about me. My life was defined by the fear of being overlooked, of not being good enough. I didn't have power. I didn't have allies. All I had was a burning desire to survive, and that was the only thing that kept me going. I remember the first dungeon I entered. I thought it was just another routine hunt, but nothing could have prepared me for what awaited. The dungeon was filled with danger, and I was the weakest one there. I was scared, truly scared. I had nothing to fall back on except my own willpower. The moment I faced that terrifying monster, I knew I was too weak to win. And in that moment, I almost lost everything. But that was the first lesson I learned. No matter how weak I was, I couldn't afford to quit. In the darkest moments, in the face of impossible odds, I chose to keep fighting. And in doing so, I unlocked something within myself. Every challenge, every defeat became the fuel that transformed me into someone I didn't recognize. Slowly, painfully, but surely, I started to get stronger. But strength, I learned, doesn't come without sacrifice. As I grew in power, the weight of the responsibilities I carried became heavier. I started to realize that with every new level of strength came more dangers, more enemies, and more risks. The stronger I became, the more I had to lose. And it wasn't just my own life I was risking. It was the lives of the people I cared about. In my journey, I faced enemies that pushed me to my limits and beyond. I fought not only monsters, but also betrayal, loneliness, and fear. At times, I felt like the world was against me. But every time I stumbled, every time I was knocked down, I rose again. Not because I was powerful, but because I was determined. And that determination turned into something unstoppable. But I didn't stop there. I encountered things that no one should ever have to face. The demons inside and outside me. The constant battle of doubt and uncertainty sometimes seemed more challenging than any monster. I realized that true strength isn't just the power to defeat your enemies. It's the power to stay true to yourself in the face of overwhelming darkness. There were moments when I wanted to give up. Moments when I felt the weight of the world on my shoulders, when the losses were too great, when the challenges were too many. But it was in those moments, in the deepest of despair, that I found my true strength. Not in my physical power, not in the magic or the abilities I gained, but in my heart. I found the will to keep going. And that's when everything changed. The path to the top wasn't easy. It was never meant to be. Every time I thought I had reached the end of my strength, I found a new reserve within me. Every time I thought I had nothing left to give, I discovered that I was capable of more than I ever believed. I learned to never underestimate the power of persistence, of grit, and of the human spirit. Because when you keep fighting, when you keep moving forward, even when it seems impossible, something miraculous happens. You evolve. You become something greater than you ever imagined. And now, as I stand here, having faced the impossible, I can say this. It wasn't the battles I won that made me who I am today. It was the battles I fought with myself. The times I questioned if I was strong enough, if I could keep going. The moments when I wanted to surrender to fear and doubt. It was then that I truly grew. So let this be a lesson. You don't become strong by taking the easy path. You don't become strong by avoiding pain. You become strong by walking through fire and emerging from it unscathed. You become strong by falling and getting back up, every single time. It's the scars you carry, the sacrifices you make, and the lessons you learn that shape you into something more than just someone who can fight. They make you a person who can lead, inspire, and face any challenge that comes your way. Never forget that the greatest battles are fought, not just with weapons, but with your will. The world will try to break you. The odds will stack against you. But if you hold on to your resolve, if you believe in your strength, then you will rise, you will overcome, and you will prove that nothing is stronger than the heart of a warrior who refuses to stop fighting.